I always said there's a very slight margin between confidence and cocky, between aggressive and reckless. I've been a successful leader for 38 years in corporate America. I've been a senior leader at VP level for 25, but I was flawed. I worked my way up the ladder doing those things I'd always done. Working hard had kind of a not so pretty underbelly. And that underbelly that wasn't so pretty was being too aggressive. Growing up in South Arkansas with a family, we'd have 2 nickels to rub together, and I had to work my way through college, and I had to sell pots and pans and vacuum cleaners before I went to work for Hallmark Cards. And even after I went to work for Hallmark, my aggression became a weakness because you try to win at every cost, right? As I became more successful, I became arrogant. I became a bully. I finally learned when I kind of got to hitting rock bottom, and I was nearly 50 years old, and I had some real life changes. I went through a divorce, and I went through some very significant things in my personal life and professional life that caused me to go ask them really hard questions about, so what do I need to do to get things back on track and make some changes right now? What I want to do with this presentation and the books that I've written is I really want to give people the insights from the things I've learned, hard lessons I've learned, so I don't have to learn them. Many leaders get tone deaf to the feedback they ought to be hearing. And many leaders don't have the courage to go and ask the questions that they really should be asking that's going to give them some really uncomfortable feedback. You've got to have humility to be a great leader because you're not always going to be right. If you can empower and teach your team, if you can be the kind of leader that coaches your team, there's so much more power in watching your team excel and be the best that they can be than there ever was being the kind of leader trying to take all the credit for everybody else's hard work. And you gotta let people have balance. You gotta let them go be that person they need to be. And balance means you gotta bring those things into your life that brings you joy and happiness and peace. You see things differently, more ready to go. You have different perspectives. And 20 years ago, I would have never told anybody, hey, I need you to work a little less, I need you to rest. And I think these lessons apply to everyone if you've got the courage to listen and reflect and the courage to go try some things differently.